like obviously we were like looking at body composition and muscle mass, but really the main way we were looking at that was through, I guess, pictures and I guess what your weight on the scale would be, right? Was there any
And
additional
I
measures?
judged a lot of it based on like how my clothes fit. That was like pretty much the biggest tell for me. And I gotta say, like, John, you asked me to do before and after photos, and I was so embarrassed and I felt so silly. And I was like, no, I don't want to do them. I don't want to share them with anybody. But I'm so happy that you actually made me do them, because when you actually look at before and after, you really do see like the changes that your body went through. Otherwise, you're just watching it happen, like, and you don't notice the changes. So thank you for pushing me for that, because otherwise I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, totally. You're welcome. And my next question was going to be, what did you learn? And I guess that would be one of the things is it's really important to have that kind of point in time that's captured forever for you to be able to compare against. Otherwise, it's really difficult to know if whether you did something had an effect or not.
Yeah, and I have already recommended it to a couple friends.
Okay,
like,
awesome.
I don't know. And I already said, like, just do it. It really makes you feel a lot better. Afterwards.
Awesome. Was there something that you learned that surprised you other than that? Something else?
Yeah, there's a lot. I learned a lot of things. I learned that like maybe I personally don't do well with like a strictly regimented workout plan. That it's just like maybe it's just not for me, and I'll just stick to more like varied workouts, kind of how my body feels. And I'll probably still get to the same results. It'll just take a lot longer. So it ended up allowing me to be more comfortable in the body that I have also, and just be more patient with the whole process. Which was actually like a super nice takeaway, which is good. But then I also learned that like don't give up in the middle. Because I really wanted to. Like I really around the I talked to you about it at the 6-month or 6-week mark. I really hit that like fatigue. I just didn't. I wasn't in the mood anymore. I didn't want to follow, but I felt like I was indebted to you, right? Because you helped me out. I helped you out. So I kind of felt like I had to keep going, and I did. And I remember I took the 6-week photos, and I didn't really see any changes. So I was a little disheartened. I was like, oh, like all of this work and like nothing's happening. But I kept going and I kept at it, and I'm happy that I did. So I also learned like don't give up halfway.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like it's one of the lessons that I've learned from mobility certification I've been to is like push hard to your limit, and just before you're about to give up, push a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, and it's true, and like you have to trust your process as well. Like if you do a 6-week program and expect it to help you, it's just not. It's just not going to. It's just not how the body works. It's not how these kind of things pan out. So you can't. You have to understand that it's going to be a process, and that it is going to be challenging, and it is going to be, trying on mental, physical states, but you have to keep going. Otherwise, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit last time. There are no shortcuts.
No.
It's a long process. If you want to have a good body composition, something that you're really proud of, it's basically a lifetime kind of pursuit. You can, I guess, work for 12 weeks to try to get there, and you'll have like a big incremental step that you would have taken, but then it's going to take work to maintain that.
Yeah.
And then, and then, if you want to take it further, it's going to take even more effort to kind of even go further. So it's like basically a lifelong pursuit. There are no shortcuts. Take your time, and follow, pick a process appropriate, specifically designed to you, and follow it, for as long as you need to get to where you need to go.
Yeah. And I want to add too, on some days where you just like don't feel like you did a good job. Like there are some days that I would pound out those squats like nobody's business, and then like 2 days later, I could barely get through the workout. but I went through it anyway. Like maybe
Mm-hmm.
they were
Mm-hmm.
not quite as, perfect, and maybe I gave up a little bit earlier, but I did the whole workout every single time. And on those days it really feels like, great, I screwed up. This isn't going to work for me. Like, how am I ever going to build muscle if I can't even lift this weight? Like, blah 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 blah. But then you do, in the end it does work. So it doesn't matter if you push 100% on every single workout. It matters that you show up to every single workout.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you miss one, you just do it. Like, there was one day I messaged you and said, John, today's a workout day and I don't want to do it. I don't have the energy to. And you told me, then don't do it tomorrow. And I said, oh, all right. And then I did it. I did it the next day. It was a great workout, and we went on as like normal. So
Mm-hmm.
like, try not to be so hard on yourself. Those little bits don't matter. It's the end result that matters.
Yeah, overall consistency, right?
Yeah.
Like if you skip the workout that one day and you made up for it the next day, like what's the difference really, right?